Hello and welcome, sports fans, to this live video streaming event of Table Rock Sports Productions. My name is Jonathan Kerman. Alongside me is Joey Brett, and we're coming to you live from Heater Newman Memorial Gymnasium at Grants Pass High School in beautiful Grants Pass, Oregon. Thank you for joining us this evening, and welcome to the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Today, a couple of Southwest Conference rivals duke it out as the Roseburg Indians come to town to take on your Grants Pass Lady Cavers. We're pleased to bring you this game on TableRockSports.net in partnership with the Grants Pass School District and our participating community business partners. Be sure to download the new version of our free app where you can watch all Table Rock Sports Network's events on your phone, tablet, PC, or anywhere you connect, absolutely free. We also invite fans to check out all new features on our TableRockSports.net website, where you can find easy access to live streaming events, Southern Oregon Sports Spotlight, and our new feature, the Alumni Watch. Let's step in now to the Bills Glass Coaches Corner. Bills Glass, a proud sponsor of high school athletics, locally owned and family run. Bills Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass. We first step into the visiting coaches corner. The Roseburg Indians, ranked number 48 overall in the OSAA 6A conference. Record of just 2-15, but a lot of firepower on this squad. Their head coach is Dane Tornell. I spoke with Coach Tornell before the game, highlighted a few key factors for his Roseburg Indians squad. This team loves to play strict, tough, in-your-face, man-to-man defense. Coach Tornell said this team focuses as good as any team he's ever coached. Another aspect to this Roseburg Indians team is they love to front the post-entry pass. This Roseburg Indians team does not like to give easy entry passes into the low post. The starters for the Roseburg Indians: Jasmine Murphy, who is Roseburg's leading scorer and the 6th leading scorer in the state. You have Emma Vredenberg, also just known as V by her teammates, Riley Russell, Erica Allen, and Katie Knudsen, rounding out the starting 5 for the Roseburg Indians. On the bench for Roseburg, Kalina Anderson, Amy Carpenter, Kaylee White, and Chelsea Middleton. Now, on to the Bills Glass Coaches Corner for your Grants Pass Lady Cavers. They are 7-9 and ranked number 29 overall in the OSAA 6A conference. They are coached by Scott Wakefield. Coach Wakefield said of his Grants Pass Lady Cavers team, they consistently outwork their opponents, and they bring a defensive intensity that is rarely rivaled. Wakefield said that his team also plays incredibly smart. They limit the mental mistakes, which helps keep them in games late. Coach Wakefield is looking for growth out of his team. They have just 2 seniors on the squad, the 2 captains, Kylie Rucker and Camden Bruner. Coach Wakefield said he's looking for his team to get better every single night, and the X factor today will be rebounding. Which team can limit second chance opportunities? They're going to be the ones that are going to be in a good position to win this game. We'll give you the roster for the Grants Pass Lady Cavers in just a few minutes. But first, I'm going to step away from the microphone, take things down onto Heater Newman Memorial Gymnasium for the singing and playing of our nation's anthem.
Tonight will be the Grants Pass High School Basketball Band under the direction of Jason Garcia performing our national anthem.
A beautiful live rendition of our nation's anthem performed by the Grants Pass High School Marching Band. We'll take things back down onto Heater Newman Memorial Gymnasium Court for our player introductions. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week presented by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. The Roseburg Indians are in town taking on your Grants Pass Lady Cavers.
Now we'd like to do the starting five for the Roseburg Indians. A junior number 1, Jasmine Murphy. A senior number 2, Emma Breedenberg. A senior number 11, Riley Russell. A senior number 12, Erica Allen. And a senior number 13, Katie Knudsen. Your head coach is Dane Cornell, assistant coaches Sasha Mamach and Aubrey Grable. Now we'd like to introduce the starting five here, Grants Pass Lady Cavers. A 5'5" senior number 2, Kylie Rucker. A 5'4" freshman, number 11, Sophie Mock. A 5'9" junior, number 13, Emily Rudd. A 5'8" senior, number 15, Camden Bruner. And a 5'10" junior, number 33, Kaylin Siegel. Their head coach is Scott Allison.
So there you have it, the starting five for both squads. I'll give you the full roster for the Grants Pass Lady Cavers. First, the starters, the two senior captains, Kylie Rucker and Camden Bruner. You also have the star junior Emily Rund, Kaylin Teagle, and Sophie Mock rounding out the starting five for the Grants Pass Lady Cavers. On the bench, Alexa Medley, Isabel Sandoval Lopez, Riley Childers, Reagan Bruner, Rachel Snyder, Skylar Willie. And that are your Grants Pass Lady Cavers. We are off and away. Roseburg starts with possession. Thank you all so much for joining us here on the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. An errant pass for Roseburg, and they're going to start this game off with a turnover. Certainly not how Coach Dane Tornell wanted his Indian squad to get things started. Jonathan Kerman here with you, alongside me, the one and only Joey Brett. Joey, haven't heard from you yet in the pregame show. How you doing?
Doing good. Friday night, excited to be out here for some girls basketball. Grants Pass looking to get a big win over at Roseburg this evening. I know the last time we were out here, it didn't quite end how they wanted it to.
Three by Camden Bruner off the backboard, just a little strong. And a long three put up by Roseburg's Erica Allen. Didn't draw iron. And then a pass right through the hands of Kaylin Teagle. So both teams starting out a little flat. That's all right. Early game jitters, the nerves, a varsity game. The stands are packed. Playing your interconference rival. Both of these teams, Joey, looking for their first league win of 2020. As Roseburg taking an awful long time to get across the half-court line. And all right, well, we have had, 5 possessions, I believe 2 missed field goals and 3 turnovers to start this game. So neither team coming out with their best stuff, but still a lot of basketball left to play. Up top for Grants Pass, Sophie Mock swings it around to Kylie Rucker. Rucker, quick bounce pass over to Kaylin Teagle. Up top to Emily Rund. She's wide open, not shy, and look at that beautiful rainbow shot. Emily Rund from downtown. Gets Grants Pass on the board and then flies in for the steal. Can't finish at the rim. Boy, nobody around her. She just laid it off a little bit too strong off the backboard. Now Roseburg with some numbers up ahead. Riley Russell gets tangled up. Loose ball falls to Emily Vredenberg, and then she hits the deck, and a foul is called. 6:12 remaining in the first quarter. 3-0 Grants Pass here early, you see on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Thank you all so much for joining us here on TableRockSports.net. Jasmine Murphy, free throw jumper is true. Jasmine Murphy, I mentioned in the pregame show, 6th leading scorer in the state. Kylie Rucker with it. Now up top to Kaylin Teagle. Over to Sophie Mock. Down low, passes, rather the shot was blocked by Emily Vredenberg. Vredenberg leading the charge the other way, gets it off to Riley Russell. She's open for 3, shot long. Loose ball, knocked out of bounds, last touched by Roseburg.
You know, both teams looking to get their first W of the season in league play here, and they're going to have to be aggressive. The more aggressive team here is going to be the team to pick up their first W in league play here. That last missed bucket was a prime example. The ball came straight to it was Emily Rund, and she just let the ball come to her. If you're trying to get your first W, you got to go get that ball. You got to show that effort and that heart and that drive to want to win this basketball game.
Camden Bruner with the heart and the drive. Count the basket and the foul. She'll go to the line looking to complete the 3-point play. Free throw off the back iron, and rebound controlled by Roseburg. Up top with it, Jasmine Murphy. Back over to Vredenberg. Pass down low, broken up by Camden Bruner. GP the other way, and that is a picture-perfect fast break. Kylie Rucker finishing it off. Love to see those fast breaks, Joey, where the ball never touches the hardwood.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be. The ball moves faster than the defender, and that's how they teach it to you. Get out here and like to see them execute it exactly how they did.
That pass broken up by Katie Knudsen.
Something that the other night the boys had a really hard time with was getting that fast break going on the full court press. They were getting pressed pretty heavy and just weren't able to get anything going out of it. A lot of times you get pressed and you try to bring the ball up and beat that press. Nothing can really come of it, but if you work that ball faster than the defense, get it out ahead, you have a good opportunity for some fast break points.
The ball was tipped by Roseburg, last touched by a Grants Pass Lady Caver, and so Roseburg with possession. Up top, Jasmine Murphy for the Indians. Over to Erica Allen. Allen looking down low, pass deflected and stolen away by Grants Pass. Camden Bruner, her second steal of the game. Beautiful dish, but couldn't finish. And then the ball hits the baseline, last touched by GP. Well, if you're Grants Pass, Joe, you have to be encouraged with the kind of looks they're getting. Just haven't been able to put the ball in the basket as consistently as they would like. Of course, they do have a 5-point lead. Erica Allen up top for Roseburg, over to Riley Russell, and now to Emily Vredenberg. V for 3. Missed it wide left. Offensive rebound controlled by Erica Allen. She goes up and gets fouled. Allen working hard. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Coming up a little limp. Gonna shake it off and stick in there. First free throw for Allen. No good. Fans, stop into any one of the 7 Siskiyou cellular locations in Southern Oregon for a wide range of your wireless needs. Check out the latest individual, family, and business plans and all the latest smartphones, hotspots, tablets, and accessories. Your local Siskiyou Cellular, presenting sponsor of Table Rock Sports. You see the score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Grants Pass with a 4-point lead, 3 minutes and 20 seconds to go in this first quarter. Nice crossover by Sophie Mock, kicks it in the corner to Camden Bruner. GP swings it around over now to Emily Rund. Rund looking for an entry pass. They go back up top, this time to Skylar Willie into the game for the first time. Camden Bruner up top. Kylie Rucker puts up the three and buries it. So Grants Pass 2 for 3 from downtown. They have a 7-point lead. GP with the full court press leaves them down a defender, but then a beautiful deflection and steal by Sophie Mock. Mock will take it the other way, can't finish. There to clean up the mess is Camden Bruner. Again, numbers for Roseburg the other way. Layup, no good, and a strong rebound ripped down by Camden Bruner. Bam Bam, as she's called by her teammates. Looking a little bit like Bam Adebayo of the Miami Heat. Here's a three ball put up by Kylie Rucker. A little strong offensive rebound controlled by Sophie Mock. And GP will get another possession. That was something that Coach Scott Wakefield of Grants Pass highlighted in the pregame show. Which team will control the glass? Which team can get those rebounds? Going up strong and getting denied was Sophie Mock. Katie Knudsen for Roseburg says, get that weak sauce out of here. Kalina Anderson and Riley Russell checking into the game for Roseburg. Clock is stopped at 2:04 in this first quarter. GP to inbound it and get it down low to Emily Rund. She dribbles it out. She's left open for three. She takes it in and out. And the rebound tipped and controlled to Emily Vredenberg. Vredenberg across the timeline, full head of steam, now dribbles it back out. Roseburg swings it around to Riley Russell. You see, Grants Pass is playing a zone. They like to play that zone consistently. As that free throw jumper by Knudsen a little short. Two clashing styles on defense, Joey. Roseburg plays tough man-to-man defense. Grants Pass loves to live in that zone. They want to force the opponent to make outside shots.
Yeah, the biggest part of well, not the biggest part, but one of the biggest parts of the Grants Pass Lady Cavers game plan every single night they get onto the floor is no middle drive. They don't want to allow any of their opponents to be able to drive up the middle and get any easy buckets in the paint. They want to force everything from the outside and make them some tougher looks. Some hands in their faces. They do a really good job of getting over and getting into their spots on defense and double teaming and trapping. So, yeah.
Grants Pass got 2 offensive rebounds on that last possession, and then Coach Wakefield calls a timeout. Fireworks in this first quarter. 12-3 Grants Pass on top. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. GP with the sign out of bounds. Riley Childers brings it in. Get it over to Skylar Willie up top. 3-ball on the way. Rachel Snyder looks a little wide. And the rebound controlled by Roseburg. Here come the Indians the other way. Katie Knudsen over to Vredenberg. Back to Knudsen. In the corner, Kalina Anderson up top to Kaylee White. Around to Vredenberg. Looking down low for Knudsen. They kick it out. The 3 on the way. Offensive rebound controlled, put back up and in by Anderson. Kalina Anderson, the junior, gets the second field goal of the game for Roseburg. Final 35-plus seconds remaining here in this first quarter. Up top, Rachel Snyder. Over to Kylie Rucker. 3 on the way, runs off the backboard, no good. Rebound controlled by Riley Russell.
Grants Pass, they've hit a couple of threes here early in the first quarter. And it seems like they're getting just a little bit comfortable and forcing up some of those shots now. They got to just take a step back just a little bit and slow down. And they might get a couple of those close ones to start falling again.
A 3-ball from the corner, rims in and out for Kaylee White. Grants Pass doesn't see the clock, and that will bring us to the end of the first quarter. After 1, the score on the John L. Scott scoreboard, Grants Pass 12, Roseburg 5. You're watching Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Doctors James Savage and Rajiv Rajagopal are happy to welcome Dr. Brian Clevenger to the Associates for Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. With offices in Medford, Grants Pass, and Klamath Falls, they practice a full scope of services from corrective jaw surgery to wisdom teeth removal and much more. To learn more or to schedule your complimentary dental implant consultation, call 541-779-3781. So as we enter the second quarter of play here at Heater Newman Memorial Gymnasium at Grants Pass High School, you see the score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. The Lady Cavers up 7 over the Roseburg Indians. And Joey, while Grants Pass does have this commanding 7-point lead, it feels like it could be more. They missed a couple of easy layups and had some defensive lapses on the other end. What have you seen from this first quarter of play?
Grants Pass doing a good job defensively, getting in the passing lanes and forcing some turnovers. They're just rushing a little bit. They're getting some really good opportunities underneath the basket, but they're just moving a little quick and forcing those shots up a little fast, it seems like. Just like those last couple of three-point opportunities that they had. They hit a couple early in the quarter, and then they
started relying on it.
Yeah, started relying on it and not setting their feet as much, just putting the shot up when it gets into the hands. They just got to slow down a little bit, set the feet, find the backboard on the layups, and you know, they'll get them to fall.
In the corner, Jasmine Murphy, she'll dribble it out.
Roseburg, they just got to find a way here to get to the basket. The passing lanes are getting eaten up by Grants Pass with that really good defense that they have.
Zone defense, right? Getting to the basket, easier said than done against a zone defense. And Roseburg, a lot of passing around the perimeter, which if you're Grants Pass, that's exactly what you want. That means your zone's working perfectly, and there we go. Riley Childers flies in for the steal for Grants Pass. Camden Bruner with the ball the other way. They get it over to Skylar Willie, who buries the elbow jumper, and that will cause Roseburg to call a timeout. 6 minutes and 50 seconds remaining in the second quarter. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Grants Pass 14, Roseburg 5 on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Coverage tonight is made possible by our sponsors, including our title sponsor, Lithia Superstore, on Highway 62, and their general manager, Jason Lawrence. Browse online at lithiasuperstore.com and then come in and work with the outstanding staff. And say thank you to our title sponsor, Lithia Superstores. Get your crunch on with crispy, crunchy chicken. It's available at My Circle K. Now that's a game winner right there. Find them, follow them, and kick back with them at mycirclek.com. A 9-point advantage for the Grants Pass Lady Cavers. The Roseburg Indians will start with the basketball out of a timeout. Thank you all so much for joining us here on TableRockSports.net. Jasmine Murphy will inbound the basketball for Roseburg. Gets it into Kalina Anderson. Anderson brings it across the timeline. Roseburg with numbers. 3-ball on the way. Kaylee White just a bit strong. Bounces off the rim twice. And the rebound controlled by Grants Pass. Kylie Rucker on the wing. Now up top to Skylar Willie. And around to Emily Runn. Looking down low. Pass intended for Rucker. Knocked out of her hands. It'll remain Grants Pass basketball. GP quickly inbounds it. Excellent passing down low. Kaylin Teagle finishes off that play. And then Camden Bruner with her third steal of the game. She robs the inbound pass, gets her an offensive rebound off the miss, and the baseline jumper no good. Roseburg will control. Now an 11-point lead, the largest of the game. Up top, Katie Knudsen. Hard off the backboard. Rebound controlled by GP. Bruner brings it across the timeline. Gets it over to Kylie Rucker. Rucker surveys the floor. Bounce pass to Skylar Wiley. Around to Riley Childers. Childers drives. Can't finish. Rebound tipped and controlled by GP. Shot up. No good. Second offensive rebound. This time Kaylin Teagle. She kicks it out. Bruner's baseline, or free throw jumper rather. No good. Rebound controlled by Knutson. Roseburg with it the other way. In the corner, Kaylee White. Back up top to Jasmine Murphy. She'll dial up a three and buries it. Jasmine Murphy from downtown. Getting all the way to the hoop was Childers, just couldn't finish off the glass. Roseburg coming the other way. Up top to Murphy. Get it over to Riley Russell. To White. Up top to Knutson. Around to Anderson. Anderson dribbles up top. In the corner for Murphy. Too high. And some substitutions coming on for Grants Pass. Emily Rund and Alexa Medley, a freshman, into the game for the first time. There are 4 freshmen on this GP team. Alexa Medley, Isabel Lopez, Reagan Bruner, and Sophie Mock, and they are affectionately referred to as the Pups by the more experienced members of this Lady Cavers basketball squad. Terrific play design, and Alexa Medley quickly making her impact felt with an easy bucket down low. 10-point lead for Grants Pass. Kalina Anderson looking, gets it in the corner to Kaylee White. Up top to Knutson. Over to Riley Russell. Russell looking. Russell will drive. She stops. Turns around, jumper a little short, and the rebound controlled by Camden Bruner of GP. Under 4 minutes to go in the first half. Driving in was Kylie Rucker. She gets fouled. They're going to say the foul came before the shot. Isabel Lopez, one of those 4 pups that we talked about a little bit ago, checking into the game for Grants Pass. Quick inbound to Camden Bruner. Her shot no good. And last touch by GP out of bounds. Three minutes and 50 seconds. We're waiting for the official clock to start going. Now it does. And we'll match that. So now 3:45 remaining in the first half. Katie Knutson looking down low. Pass deflected and stolen by Isabel Lopez. And then a foul is called in the backcourt. So even the freshmen, even the pups, showing that defensive intensity that Coach Scott Wakefield wants to make the identity of this Lady Cavers basketball team.
Also noticing a little bit heavier of a rotation this evening from the Grants Pass squad over there. Might be trying to keep those legs fresh to keep that defense top notch and try to get as many turnovers and opportunities as you can.
And then the pass too hot to handle by Grants Pass. It'll be Roseburg ball. Just over 3.5 minutes remaining in the first half. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. And that pass broken up and stolen. Second steal in about 30 seconds for the freshman Isabel Lopez. Gives Grants Pass possession right back. Alexa Medley, the freshman, looking up top, gets it to Kaylin Teagle. Teagle over to Lopez. Lopez surveys, gets it to Emily Rund. Around to Camden Bruner. Officials blow their whistle. 3 in the key is called. And that'll be another turnover for Grants Pass. Three minutes even in this first half. Erica Allen across the timeline for Roseburg. Bounce pass to Emma Vredenberg. Vredenberg to Kalina Anderson. Anderson surveys. Beautiful bounce pass to Katie Knutson, cutting to the hoop. She lays it in for 2. Textbook basketball right there. Terrific backdoor pass leads to the easy layup. Isabel Lopez looking to drive hard, and she will get fouled. Jasmine Murphy can't believe it for Roseburg. The officials blow their whistle. Baseline out of bounds for Grants Pass. Alexa Medley will inbound for GP. Up top to Isabel Lopez. Back in the corner, Alexa Medley. 3-ball corner pocket. The lead back up to 11, matching the largest of the game. Kalina Anderson for Roseburg at the top of the key. Beautiful bounce pass to Vredenberg, and she gets fouled. Stops the clock at 2 minutes and 9 seconds. You see the score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Grants Pass 21, Roseburg 10. It's time for you former high school athletes to get back in the game. Please consider becoming an OSAA official. There is a serious shortage of officials statewide here in Oregon in all sports at all levels. Remember the men and women who called your games in high school? Well, now it's your turn. Visit www.newofficials.org to find out how you can get back in the game.
I was going to say, they're still on the court. They're
yes,
still officiating out there. All three of them.
Pass tipped out of bounds by Roseburg. Excuse me.
Every one of these gentlemen on the court have called one of my high school games at some point or another.
That is a great fact. That's a great little tidbit right there, Joey. And just shows you how rewarding it is to be an OSAA official. These guys have been doing it now for 10-plus years. Minute 55 to go in the first half. GP with it. Alexa Medley surveys the floor. Bounce pass to Camden Bruner. Bruner drives baseline, gets by her defender. And then a foul is called by the near sideline official. Push in the back. Baseline out of bounds for Grants Pass. Minute 45 remaining. Medley to inbound. Gets it to Bruner. Bruner, baseline jumper. Just off the mark. Rebound controlled by Kalina Anderson of Roseburg. Approaching the final 90 seconds of the first half. 3-ball away by Jasmine Murphy. Too strong. Rebound controlled by GP. But then pressure defense in the backcourt leads to a scrum, and a jump ball is called. Possession arrow pointing in favor of Roseburg. So excellent hustle by Jasmine Murphy and Emma Vredenberg, sticking in the backcourt. Hustling, laying their bodies on the line, and they've earned themselves an extra possession. Vredenberg over to Erica Allen. She'll bring it up top. Allen gets it to Katie Knudsen. Back to Allen in the corner. Jasmine Murphy over to Knudsen. She'll dial up a three, gets hit, and she'll go to the line to shoot three. Well, that's the cardinal sin, Joey. Don't foul the jump shooter. Something you see all the time, really at all levels. It's obviously easier said than done, but in today's game, the shooter is so well protected. You make any sort of contact, and you're likely to get whistled for the foul as Knudsen sinks the first of 3 free throws. Second free throw for Knudsen. Bounces around and in. Southern Oregon is a hotbed for local sports at the youth, high school, college, and even Olympic levels. Stay in touch with all sports in Southern Oregon at southernoregonsports.com. Katie Knudsen, perfect 3 for 3 from the charity stripe that trip. It's a 7-point lead for Grants Pass. Final minute of play in the first half. Sophie Mock with it. Gets it over to Alexa Medley. Around to Emily Rund. Rund picks up her dribble. Cross-court pass to Kylie Rucker. Rucker drives, stops, kicks it back to Rund. Dials up a three. Well, strong, loose ball, tipped, but controlled by Roseburg, or is it? The terrific effort by Kaylin Teagle, but to no avail as Kalina Anderson of Roseburg comes up with it. Gets it ahead to Emma Vredenberg. Vredenberg to Jasmine Murphy. She penetrates and kicks. Excellent ball movement by Roseburg. Back to Anderson. Anderson up top to Vredenberg. Around they go to nobody in particular. One of the Grants Pass player sitting on the bench receives that pass. It's out of bounds. Final 21 seconds will belong to Grants Pass. Stick around for the halftime report coming your way next. We'll break down the first half, bring you all of the important stats, look at some scores from around the league, and more. Sophie Mock with it. 10 seconds now. Kylie Rucker in the corner. Mock at the buzzer. Emily Run won't get it to go. At the half, the score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Grants Pass 21, Roseburg 14. Stick around because the halftime show is coming your way next here on TableRockSports.net. You're watching Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Welcome back to Heater Newman Memorial Gymnasium. You're watching Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. You see the score at the half. The Grants Pass Lady Cavers on top of the Roseburg Indians 21-14. Thank you all so much for joining us. My name is Jonathan Kerman. Alongside me is Joey Brett.
Didn't bring back dinner. I tried. In and out. Rimmed it in and out.
So, that's how it goes sometimes. That's the way the cookie crumbles.
Probably shouldn't have shot mine from about 4 feet back either, though.
Let's take a look at the first half stats. Couple players tied for the leading scorer honors. For the Grants Pass Lady Cavers, 2 players with 5. The senior, Kylie Rucker, a 3 and a 2. No surprise there. One of the 2 senior captains leading her squad in points. A pleasant surprise for the Grants Pass Lady Cavers, Alexa Medley, 2 for 2 from the field, including a triple. She also has 5 points. For the Roseburg Indians, it's Katie Knudsen, the senior, who leads the way with 5. Her and Jasmine Murphy are the 2 leading scorers on this squad. They each have 5 points in this game tonight. Something else to point out. Grants Pass had 8 steals in that first half, Joey. So you see the defensive intensity that this GP team likes to play with, and that zone is really paying off for Coach Wakefield.
Thankfully for Roseburg, that only turned into 3 fast break buckets. You hold on to the ball and don't turn it over right now. This could be a
much closer
15-14 ball game. And Roseburg hits a couple of shots. It could easily be their ball game right now if they can just hold on to the ball a little bit better. So hopefully coming out of the half, they fix a few things, and Coach lets them know what he's seeing out there and how they can beat that Grants Pass zone defense. And, it's only 21-14, so it's anybody's ball game at this point. Grants Pass doing a great job defensively. Roseburg's going to have a tough time being able to get something figured out with that zone defense, so it'll be exciting.
Camden Bam Bam Bruner with 3 steals.
Great nickname for her, too.
Right.
It doesn't matter about size. She's probably one of the strongest girls on the court at any given time on any given night.
Isabel Lopez, the freshman for GP, has 2 steals. Riley Childers, Sophie Mock, and Emily Rund each have 1. Let's take a look at the John L. Scott scoreboard around the state. The South Medford boys team facing off against North Medford. Score 24-21 in favor of North. So you got a black and blue game going on. Just about 50 seconds until the first half ends in that game. North Eugene is has their hands full with Crater. They are trailing 31-13 against the Crater Comets. Just about 5 minutes to go until the second half gets underway. I have a chance to tell you about some of our terrific sponsors, including our title sponsor, Siskiyou Cellular. Stop into any one of the 7 Siskiyou Cellular locations in Southern Oregon for a wide range of your wireless needs. For over 25 years, Siskiyou Cellular has been keeping customers connected to the people and things that matter most. Check out the latest individual, family, and business plans with all the latest smartphones, hotspots, tablets, and accessories. Siskiyou Cellular, presenting sponsor of Table Rock Sports. This broadcast would also not be possible without the support of Lithia Auto Superstores. Lithia Superstore on Highway 62 and their general manager, Jason Lawrence, have made this broadcast possible. Browse online at lithiasuperstore.com and then come in and work with the outstanding staff. Thank you to our title sponsor, Lithia Superstore. Table Rock Sports is partnering with the Southern Oregon Sports Commission to promote the Know Your Role campaign to improve the culture surrounding youth sports. You'll hear messages from the campaign in tonight's game and can learn more by visiting travelmedford.org and click on Sports. The SOSC, Table Rock Sports, the OSAA, and the NFHS, all partners in supporting a healthy sporting environment for all. 14 points for the Roseburg Indians on the road against the Grants Pass Lady Cavers, who are up by 7. Score 21-14 on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Fans, we know you like to access our games on your mobile devices, but how many of you knew that we had an app for that? That's right. The Table Rock Sports app is available through the Apple and Android stores right now. Be sure to check out TableRockSports.net each week for our features and our news feeds updated daily. Follow Table Rock Sports on Twitter and Instagram and on Facebook. Table Rock Sports. Well, Joey, we have just over 2 minutes until the second half kicks off here at Heater Newman Memorial Gymnasium at Grants Pass High School. We talked during this halftime show about what we saw in the first half, and we both noted how things could be much closer. And how even though Grants Pass really has dominated in a lot of the facets of the game, it's still anyone's basketball game right now. And Roseburg is just a couple of breaks away from being right in this thing. What are your thoughts going into the second half?
Well, Grants Pass is just going to have to keep up the intensity. Obviously, without that intensity right now, this game could be totally different. If they weren't playing as tight of a defense as they are, Roseburg could easily be not running away, but they could be a different story. They could have a lead, and they could be building a little bit of a lead here. And then, Grants Pass, they gotta slow down and hit their shots. They've gotten way too many opportunities underneath the basket. They have not converted. And then on the other end, Roseburg, they have they call her V, you said?
Emma Vredenberg.
Vredenberg. And she's hit a couple of three-point shots here, and she's given up a couple of opportunities. So I think when she has the opportunity to put up the shot from behind the arc, she just needs to take that opportunity because Grants Pass isn't giving too many opportunities. So take the opportunities when they're given, and then on the other end for Grants Pass, just keep up the intensity and keep up the pressure.
Well, this has been the Halftime Report. Thank you all so much for sticking with us. And we're excited to bring you the second half of action between the Roseburg Indians and the Grants Pass Lady Cavers live here on TableRockSports.net. You're watching Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. You see the score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Grants Pass with a 21-14 lead. And Joey, again, as we talked about during this halftime show, Grants Pass so dominant on the defensive end. We mentioned 8 steals in that first half, but only a 7-point advantage. The 7-point advantage when you have stolen the ball 8 times in the first half, things could be a lot closer. They could be a lot further away. We're going to find out where things stand. Second half kicks off right now. Grants Pass starts with the basketball, and just like to start the game, the start of the second half, a turnover. Both teams came out very flat, a lot of mental mistakes on both sides. And, makes you wonder, Joey, if even just one team, as there's nearly a turnover by Roseburg, just getting it across the timeline, you wonder if one team had come out a little sharper to start this game, we could be looking at a much wider or a much narrower advantage for Grants Pass. In the corner, 3 on the way. Doesn't draw iron for Roseburg. Here comes Grants Pass the other way. Camden Bruner over to Kylie Rucker. Rucker surveys the floor, gets it up top to Kaylin Teagle. Around and over to Sophie Mock. Mock, the freshman, up top to Emily Rund. Around to Bruner. Bruner left open. 3 well wide. The offensive rebound controlled by Emily Rund. Second 3 ball on the way. Kylie Rucker. This one doesn't draw iron, and it'll bounce out of bounds. Roseburg basketball. That was something we actually didn't touch on in the halftime show, Joey. Grants Pass absolutely dominating on the glass as there's a steal in the backcourt. Camden Bruner with the steal, her 4th of the game. She gets it right back. And there's another steal by Grants Pass. 3 on the way. It's good. Sophie Mock, blink of an eye. 5 quick points for Grants Pass. And Roseburg needs a timeout. 6 minutes, 39 seconds to go in the third quarter. Grants Pass has opened up a 12-point advantage early in this third quarter. You're watching Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Such terrific defensive intensity by Grants Pass. It's one thing to get a steal in the backcourt off of a make, but to do that on consecutive possessions. You make the basket, steal the inbounds pass, make the basket, steal the inbounds pass, make the 3, and just like that, we had a 7-point lead. It was cut to 5, and now up to 12. Roseburg will bring it across the timeline. Looking up top for Emily Vredenberg. Over now to Jasmine Murphy. Back to Erica Allen. In the corner, Riley Russell looking down low. Pass deflected and stolen by Grants Pass. But falling to the floor was Kylie Rucker. No foul was called. And then right there is Camden Bruner for her 5th steal of the game. So there were 8 steals in the first half for Grants Pass. I think they've racked up now 4 in the first minute plus here in the third quarter. Kylie Rucker stuck between a couple of Roseburg Indians, and a jump ball is called. Possession arrow pointing in favor of Roseburg. It was Erica Allen who got her hands on the basketball for Roseburg. The Indians across the way. Riley Russell Looking up top for Erica Allen. Over to Katie Knudsen. Back to Russell. Over to Knudsen to Vredenberg. In the corner, Jasmine Murphy drives baseline. Goes up strong. Gets fouled. And will go to the line to shoot two.
Number 13, Emily Run. That's her first team foul against the Lady Beavers.
So Jasmine Murphy will shoot a pair. Getting Murphy the 6th leading scorer in the state. And she buries that first free throw. Get your crunch on with crispy, crunchy chicken. It's available at My Circle K. That's a game winner right there. Crispy, crunchy chicken. Follow them, kick back with them, and learn more at mycirclek.com. Down low, Sophie Mock has it stripped and stolen away. Erica Allen, her second steal of the third quarter. Jasmine Murphy with a full head of steam. Now she pulls it back out. Erica Allen with the basketball for Roseburg. Over to Katie Knudsen in the corner. Emma Vredenberg. That three doesn't draw iron. Loose ball tipped and controlled by Grant's pass. Camden Bruner leading the charge the other way, and she will get fouled around the three-point line. Erica Allen pleading her case, saying it was unintentional. She had her arm locked, but a foul is a foul. Side out of bounds for Grant's pass as Skylar Willie checks into the game for GP. Willie on the wing. Up top to Kaylin Teagle. Over to Kylie Rucker. Rucker surveying the floor. Over to Willie. Skylar Willie looking down low for Kaylin Teagle. Teagle, the post move. Couldn't finish off the glass. And the rebound controlled by Kalina Anderson of Roseburg. Here come the Indians the other way. Up top, Jasmine Murphy. Over to Emma Vredenberg. Cross-court pass. Riley Russell thought about the three, now looking down low. Kalina Anderson swarmed by Lady Cavers. Shot just a bit short, and the rebound controlled by Grant's pass. Camden Bruner the other way. Over to Skylar Willie. Up top to Emily Runs, and then a miscommunication with her teammate Kylie Rucker. Turnover for Grant's pass. Vredenberg over to Anderson. In the corner, Jasmine Murphy. Three on the way. Katie Knudsen doesn't hit it.
She has a brother that plays for the boys squad who is pretty good, I have to say. We had a good showing here on Tuesday night for the boys Indian squad.
10-point game, 3 minutes 40 seconds. Cross-court pass, Emma Vredenberg over to Jasmine Murphy. Long distance, banks it in. Jasmine Murphy from downtown, her second triple of the ball game, and it cuts the deficit to 9. The other way, Skylar Willie surveying the floor. Up top, Kaylin Teagle. Teagle wrapped up, and a foul is called. That will stop the clock at 3:11. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Alexa Medley will check into the game for Grant's pass, replacing Kaylin Teagle. Here's Medley on the wing. Up top to Emily Rund. She dials up a triple and buries it. Emily Rund, her second three of the game, and the lead is back to 10. The other way, the three by Emma Vredenberg. Off the iron and out of bounds. It'll be Grant's pass basketball with just over 2:40 remaining in the third quarter. 29-19. Grant's pass on top on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Emily runs. Back to Camden Bruner. Around to Alexa Medley. Medley surveys. Up top to Emily Rund. Rund will drive, stops. In the corner, Camden Bruner. Kick out. Long 2 on the way. Bounces out. Rebound controlled by Riley Russell of Roseburg. Should have said rebound ripped down by Riley Russell for Roseburg. We'll get that next time. Around to Emma Vredenberg. She's doubled immediately. Down low, Katie Knudsen spins and gets fouled. So baseline out of bounds for the Indians with just over 2 minutes remaining in the third quarter. Ball knocked out of bounds, and they're going to say it remains Roseburg ball. Quick flip shot is good off the inbounds pass by Katie Knudsen. The other way, Grant's pass. Emily Rund. Over to Alexa Medley. Back to Rund. Backdoor pass. Beautifully dropped in to Kylie Rucker. Ball tipped out of bounds. It's going to remain GP basketball. The Roseburg Indians sideline very pumped about that defensive deflection. Medley will inbound the basketball for Roseburg. Medley gets it back. 3 on the way. And rebound controlled by Riley Russell. Russell quickly up ahead to Emma Vredenberg. Around to Jasmine Murphy. Up top to Knudsen. Kalina Anderson stops, pops. Shot a little long. Grant's past the rebound. Medley picks up her dribble. Passes it up top. Controlled by Skylar Willie. Over to Kylie Rucker. Up top to Emily Rund. Camden Bruner. Bruner drives. And just a little short off the glass. Offensive rebound controlled by Emily Rund. To Alexa Medley. Bang! Alexa Medley, her second triple. Lead back up to 11. Roseburg the other way. Errant pass that's controlled by Jasmine Murphy, and Roseburg will have a chance to reset. Riley Russell in the corner, back up top to Katie Knudsen. A lot of alliterations on this Roseburg Indians team, I'm just starting to notice. In the corner, Riley Russell for 3. Bang! 3-ball corner pocket for Riley Russell. Lead cut to 8. Both teams opening up the scoring here in this third quarter. Backdoor cut. Broken up by Russell. Here come the Indians the other way. Russell stops, pops, connects. Riley Russell with 5 points and a steal to her name as the time expires. We head to the fourth quarter. It is a 6-point game. The score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Grants Pass 32, Roseburg 26. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. I spoke with Roseburg Indians head coach Dane Tornell before the game. He said Riley Russell is the leader on this team when it comes to morale and keeping things positive and upbeat. Said Russell, a big dancer during practices, during timeouts, and she is loving life right now, having come up with 2 big buckets and a defensive stop in 3 consecutive sequences for her Indian squad, and they find themselves down by only 6 heading into the final frame.
Yeah, they won the quarter. That's what matters. Now they got to come out and take that momentum into the fourth and try to build on it and make this a ball game down the stretch.
This broadcast would not be possible without the support of our presenting sponsor, Lithia Auto Superstores on Highway 62, and their general manager, Jason Lawrence. Browse online at lithiasuperstore.com and then come in and work with the outstanding staff. Thank you to our title sponsor, Lithia Auto Superstores. 8 minutes to go. A 6-point lead for the Grants Pass Lady Cavers on the John L. Scott scoreboard. GP will start with the ball. Camden Bruner hands it off up top to Kylie Rucker. Rucker looking down low, gets it to Emily Rund up top, back to Rucker. Rucker picked up her dribble, gets it over to Skylar Willie. Willie up top to Kaylin Teagle. Around to Alexa Medley. Medley, the freshman, drives, stops, kicks it out. Ball saved initially, but it goes right to Riley Russell. Russell hands it off, and then Kalina Anderson unable to stop herself. So 2 turnovers to start the fourth quarter. But now that's 4 consecutive possessions, Joey, dating back to the third quarter. Riley Russell, 3, steal, 2 at the buzzer, and now another steal to open up play in this fourth and final quarter. Emily Rund with it on the post. In the corner to Kylie Rucker. Rucker stops. Dangerous cross-court pass. A couple players collide, but it's controlled by GP. In the corner, Emily Rund looking to drive baseline. She's broken up by Russell. Up top to Camden Bruner. Over to Alexa Medley. Down low, going up strong and getting fouled is Kylie Rucker. She'll go to the line to shoot 2. Some scores from around the league on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Black and blue, north and south. Right now, north has opened up a 42-26 lead.
What was that score last time you said? 26-23 or something
South
like that?
has not scored a lot of points in that third quarter.
3 points?
Yep, not a lot. There's 2 free throws made by Kylie Rucker for GP. And now Grants Pass going to put on a full court press. Roseburg able to get it across the timeline. Riley Russell got hit. No foul called. Turned to the official, pleading for it. Didn't get it. Here's Emma Vredenberg. They swing it around. Riley Russell sets her feet, squares, and that shot a little short. Strong offensive rebound by Emma Vredenberg. No foul is called. Ball knocked out of bounds. It'll remain Roseburg ball. Vredenberg inbounds it. Loose ball controlled by Roseburg. Riley Russell with it on the wing. Cross-court pass to Kalina Anderson. She dials up a long 2. And the rebound falls to Camden Bruner. Bruner pushing the pace up ahead. Emily Rund off the glass and in. GP putting on more defensive pressure. Ball is poked into the front court and then stolen by Rund. And now GP will slow things down, or will they? Alexa Medley, her 3 off the back iron. Ball tipped out of bounds by Grants Pass. It'll be Roseburg ball with a 10-point lead and just a few ticks under 6 minutes to go in this contest. Thank you all so much for joining us here on TableRockSports.net. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. Trap in the backcourt, and Coach Dane Tornell of Roseburg calls timeout. We'll keep things right here. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. 5 minutes, 52 seconds to go on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Grants Pass leading 36-26. Well, you were right, Joey. Roseburg certainly won that third quarter, and they've played better than they did in the first half here in the fourth. But Grants Pass kind of cranking up that defensive intensity, pressuring the ball handler, applying a lot of full court press, and it's clearly working for them here in the fourth. They've opened up now a double-digit lead.
Yeah, Roseburg just needs to slow down a little bit. They rallied back in it, and they've taken themselves out of the game just by moving so fast and not protecting the ball. They got to be smart here on offense. They've done a really good job of being able to find ways to score. So they just got to slow down and protect the ball and fight their way back into this.
Roseburg to bring it across the timeline. They do. Jasmine Murphy double-teamed, dribbling around. There you see that tight zone that Grants Pass employs. So difficult. Riley Russell for 3. It's good. Riley Russell, her second triple. She's 2 for 4 from downtown. Lead back down to 7. Up top, Kaylin Teagle lost it for a moment, gets it right back. Camden Bruner. Cross-court pass to Emily Run. She dials up a three and does not draw iron. So a chance for Roseburg to get within 2 possessions this trip down. Of course, easier said than done. Got to get across half court first. And Jasmine Murphy, feeling the pressure, traveled with the basketball. And that's what that full court press can do. Joey, you start hearing footsteps, you start seeing ghosts, and all of a sudden your mechanics fail you. As we have a substitution, Sophie Mock, the freshman, will check in, replacing Riley Childers. Or correction, Alexa Medley will head to the bench for Grants Pass. Sophie Mock with it. She dribbles it up top and around over to Emily Rund. Beautiful backdoor cut by Kylie Rucker, who shot into the rafters. And it'll be Roseburg basketball. GP going to continue to apply that suffocating full court defense. And then a sloppy pass in the backcourt by Roseburg. Going to give Grants Pass possession once again. Well, neither team playing their best basketball right now, but which team is going to give the most effort here in the final 4:45? Quick inbound pass, flipped shot up and in by Kaylin Teagle. Or correction, Kaylin Bruner. No matter how you slice it, the lead is back up to 9. Up top, Riley Russell. She's been feeling it in the second half. Defers to Kalina Anderson. Beautiful bounce pass down low, but a traveling violation is called. Katie Knutson went up strong, met some resistance. No foul was called. She never released the basketball, and that is a traveling violation. GP with the basketball up top. Emily Rund surveys the floor. In the corner. Sophie Mock down low. Kylie Rucker has it tipped out of bounds. It will remain Grants Pass possession. Kylie Rucker will pull the trigger. In the corner. Emily Rund. 3 on the way. No good, but a foul is called. And Emily Rund will go to the line to shoot 3. Very rare you see a foul on a 3-point shot at this level. And, Joey, we've seen now 2 in this game.
Yeah, you just got to pay attention to what's going on when you're going up on the shot attempt there. Just getting a little long and getting a hand up there and not too much contact on either of the foul calls, but it's been there.
Bills Glass is a proud sponsor of Table Rock Sports and high school athletics. Bills Glass has been the industry leader and clear choice in Southern Oregon for almost 50 years. From your vehicle to any room in your house, locally owned and family run. Bills Glass in Ashland, Medford, and Grants Pass. Second free throw rattles in for Emily Rund. Makes 2 of 3. A whistle in the backcourt. A kicked ball will remain Roseburg possession. 3:49 remaining in the fourth quarter. Grants Pass trying to distance themselves from Roseburg. At least distance themselves on the scoreboard. Right now, GP not allowing any distance between themselves and the Indians down on the court. Friedenberg gets the inbound pass, and then it's stolen away. Skylar Willie with the deflection. Open for 3, Emily Rund doesn't draw iron. Of course, if you're Grants Pass, you don't need to score. You just need stops here down the stretch. And they're certainly getting that with suffocating defense. As the ball is tipped out of bounds by Kylie Rucker, it'll remain Roseburg ball side out of bounds. Ball tipped out of bounds on the front court this time. Still Indians ball. 3:20. Correction. 3:25 remaining on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Up top, Riley Russell thought about the three. Instead, the pass over to Jasmine Murphy, back to Russell. Over to Vredenberg, back to Russell. Russell drives, kicks, and bounce pass. Too hot to handle for the Roseburg Indians. So now Roseburg will employ a full court press of their own. Camden Bruner quickly in the front court for Roseburg, or excuse me, for Grants Pass. And then it's stolen away. Kalina Anderson drives, dumps it off to Vredenberg. Her shot off the glass, no good. And then a foul is called in the back court. Kind of a frustration foul by Anderson there. And a timeout is called by the Cavers. We're going to keep it right here at Heater Newman Memorial Gymnasium. You're watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. 2 minutes, 54 seconds remaining on the John L. Scott scoreboard. The Grants Pass Lady Cavers 40, the Roseburg Indians 29. Fans, stop into any one of the 7 Siskiyou Cellular locations in Southern Oregon for a wide range of your wireless needs. For over 25 years, Siskiyou Cellular has been keeping customers connected to the people and things that matter most. Check out the latest individual, family, and business plans with all the latest smartphones, tablets, hotspots, and accessories. Siskiyou Cellular, presenting sponsor of Table Rock Sports. Doctors James Savage and Rajav Rajagopal are happy to welcome Dr. Brian Clevenger to the Associates for Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. With offices in Medford, Grants Pass, and Klamath Falls, they practice a full scope of services from corrective jaw surgery to wisdom teeth removal and much more. To learn more or to schedule your complimentary dental implant consultation, call 541-779-3781. 11-point lead for the Grants Pass Lady Cavers on the John L. Scott scoreboard. Couple ticks under 3 minutes to go in this one. Thank you all so much for joining us here on TableRockSports.net. Grants Pass will inbound the basketball. They do so with ease to Emily Rund, who gets it up to Camden Bruner. Bruner across the timeline, and now she'll bring things out and slow it down. Pass deflected and stolen by Kalina Anderson. Anderson gets bumped, and she'll go to the line to shoot two. Anderson with her second steal in about a minute and a half. We've seen the steals come in bunches for both teams in this game, Joey. We mentioned Grants Pass had 8 steals in the first half. They had 4 in the next 2 minutes of play in the third quarter. Full tally, 14 steals for Grants Pass in this game. Up top, Jasmine Murphy. In the corner, Emma Vredenberg. Down low to Katie Knutson. Up top, Riley Russell had a jump to get that pass. Took her out of her shooting motion. She drives and kicks. In the corner, Kalina Anderson. Thought about the three. Dangerous cross-court pass. They get it in the corner to Riley Russell. Another cross-court pass back to Anderson. Up top, Jasmine Murphy. Over to Vredenberg. 3 off of the iron and controlled by Kylie Rucker. Ball tipped and controlled by Anderson for a half second before the ball is tipped and knocked on the baseline out of bounds. Terrific effort by Anderson. Nearly had her third steal in about 2 minutes. Emily Rund across the timeline for Grants Pass and over to Kylie Rucker. Under 2 minutes to go now, an 11-point lead for GP. Sophie Mock with it. Mock searching. Up top to Alexa Medley. Over to Skylar Willie. Willie drives, goes up strong, and lays it off the glass and in. Strong move by Skylar Willie. Her second field goal of the game. The other way, Kalina Anderson around in the corner. Riley Russell hands it off to Jasmine Murphy. Murphy up top. Knutson over to Vredenberg. She dials up a three. It's long. Rebound tipped and saved by Roseburg, but then stolen by Alexa Medley before she's fouled in the backcourt. Freshman coming up big for Grants Pass late in this one. So now 15 steals for GP in this game.
Have to say that 15 extra possessions could have gone a long ways for Roseburg this evening.
Up top, Kylie Rucker around to Alexa Medley. Medley surveys.
Could have been 20 points.
Easily. Run down low, and a foul is called. Stops the clock at 56 seconds. It'll remain Grants Pass possession. 13-point lead for Grants Pass, who are now in the bonus. So Emily Rund will shoot 1 and 1. First free throw for Rund is good. She's now 3 of 4 from the charity stripe. Fans, don't forget, coming up at the conclusion of this game, the MyCircleK.com post-game show. We'll recap tonight's scoring, look at some key stats, select our Southern Oregon Sports Commission player of the game, and so much more. All that coming up on the MyCircleK.com post-game show, coming up at the conclusion of this one. Roseburg with it across the timeline. They swing it around in the corner. Riley Russell up top. Katie Knutson. She dials up a three. Missed it wide. Rebound by Alexa Medley. And then a errant pass in the backcourt. It'll be Roseburg ball with about 40 seconds even. Friedenberg looking to drive, stops, gets it down low to Katie Knutson, who muscles it in. Here comes Camden Bruner the other way. The pass to Rund, and she finishes the job. Picture-perfect transition offense for Grants Pass. Things opening up here. Friedenberg from way downtown, hard off the heel. And Friedenberg has that one tipped out of bounds. It'll be Roseburg basketball with the final 8 seconds of this one. The only thing really left to decide is the final score. Up top, the three on the way. A little strong, and looks like that's going to do it. The Grants Pass Lady Cavers have picked up their first league victory of the 2019-2020 season. They defeat the Roseburg Indians 45-31. That's your final score on the John L. Scott scoreboard. And that brings us to the MyCircleK.com postgame show. Your locally owned Chevron stations, powered by Colvin Oil, who sponsor your Fuel Your School program in October. Your support has raised over $300,000 in the past 4 years. Well, Joey, two Southwest Conference rivals. One team going to come away with their first league victory of 2019/20 of that scholastic year. And it's the home team, the Grants Pass Lady Cavers, with a convincing 45-31 victory over the Roseburg Indians. What are some things that stood out to you?
The defense on Grants Pass's side always is on point. Doesn't matter who they're playing. Usually, they always bring good defense, and sometimes they struggle on the offensive end, and that tends to be what hurts them. So when they can get both of those going, they're a really tough team to beat. Roseburg, they just had to control the ball. Like you said, 15 turnovers this evening. That could have equated to a W. If you hit just under 2/3 of those shots, you come away victorious.
It compounds, right? Because you're not just losing offensive possessions, you're giving Grants Pass opportunities in transition.
Them opportunities, so they're scoring on top of you not scoring. All they needed was a couple of those to go their way, and it's a different ball game. A turnover and a basket by Grants Pass, that's the potential for a 4 or 5 point swing right there. You get a couple of those to go in your favor, and you're walking out of here with a victory.
You touched on the defense for Grants Pass. 15 steals in this game for the Grants Pass Lady Cavers. A terrific defensive performance tonight for the blue and white. Some key stats: the leading scorer, Emily Runt, led the way with 12 for Grants Pass. Alexa Medley, the freshman, and Camden Bam Bam Bruner, the senior, each chipped in with 8. Kylie Rucker had 7. The leading scorer for the Roseburg Indians, Jasmine Murphy, the 6th leading scorer in the state, she put in 10. Riley Russell had 8, had that miraculous stretch there at the end of the third, start of the fourth quarter, where she was just everywhere for the Roseburg Indians. And then Katie Knudsen, the senior, also poured in 7 for Roseburg. Let's select now the Southern Oregon Sports Commission Player of the Game. I'm going to award it to Bam Bam, Camden Bruner. She put in 8 and had 5 of the 15 steals for Grants Pass.
Good night for her.
Make sure you tune in to News 10 KTVL Channel 10 tonight at 11:10 for Friday Night Hoops with Joe Brett and Demi DeSoto. You'll see highlights from our Table Rock sports teams that only Channel 10 will have. And don't forget to look for teams live on set each week. Friday Night Hoops on KTVL News 10. That's Channel 10 at 11:10 tonight. Once again, the final score from Heater Newman Memorial Gymnasium inside Grants Pass High School. The Lady Cavers come out victorious with a 45-31 victory over their conference rivals, the Roseburg Indians. This has been a special presentation of Table Rock Sports. I'm Jonathan Kerman with Joey Brett saying thanks for watching and good night from Grants Pass High School in Grants Pass, Oregon. You've been watching the Lithia Superstore Game of the Week, powered by U.S. Cellular at Siskiyou. We'll catch you next time on TableRockSports.net. Let's go, buddy. That was close.